Rightio Tusky, you haven't made a video in over a month. Time to check the portfolio and get some content. What is this? Oh my god, what has happened here? Okay, let's see. How to declare bankruptcy in NZ. Oh crap, we're recording. Hey guys, welcome back to the Stocks with Tusky YouTube channel, YouTube's favourite capitalist pig. And, oh boy, have we had some pain. Last time the portfolio was up 10.58%, and it's gone. So, all jokes aside, what's basically going on in the market at the moment is the Americans are tax loss harvesting. We don't have to worry about that here in New Zealand because we don't pay capital gains on our stocks, but the Americans do, and they can offset that by selling their stocks at a loss and locking in that loss, and they can offset that against any gains that they've made on other shares. There are rules around it. They have to wait for a month, so at the moment, before rebuying in. So at the moment, anything that has been down throughout the year, so looking at you, Beyond Meat, everyone is selling out of it even further, causing the prices to drop even more. It's leading to a pretty brutal time in my portfolio, but essentially Black Friday is going on for another few weeks, guys. The Americans will be buying back in sometime around January, so enjoy the specials while they're here. I have been loading the boat. So that being said, we'll go through what is causing me all this pain. A2 milk has dropped further. I don't expect it to go back up until, or to recover properly until probably 2023 at this point, but yeah, as soon as payday rolls around, I will be averaging down again. I have been buying more shares when Sharesies wants to load for me. I have continued buying as it drops, and yeah, this is well within buying range for me. Next up, Aft Pharmaceuticals actually doing well for us for once. Little spot of green in this red portfolio. They've actually had good news. They've had a bit of good news there. One of their patents in the States has finally gone through, so they're going to be looking at doing very well over the next few years, so that's one to watch for you guys. Also in here we had a firm in the last portfolio update. I put a very small amount of money into it, and the thing took off like a rocket ship. I was up like 30% in a few days. Wasn't willing to keep buying it at that sort of valuation, so I just took my couple of dollars that I made out of that and sold it. Beyond Meat. Well, I've sort of already explained what's been going on with that one, but yeah, these are new all-time lows for Beyond Meat. It is honestly starting to get ridiculous. I was happy to buy anything under 120, 130 a share. So yeah, as you guys can see, I have been continuously buying, and I've even added some more over on my Interactive Brokers account as well. Well, I've started a position over there just because I had USD over there, and the exchange rates aren't looking too flash at the moment. Next up is a new small position here, Burger Fuel. And this has just come from me listening to the radio at work, and The Rock FM did a massive promotion with these guys to raise money for charity. So I actually think of the New Zealand stocks out there, these guys are probably going to do pretty well, at least in the short term from that. They got a ton of free marketing for them. And yeah, a massive short-term bump in their business at a time when Auckland and parts of the North Island were locked down. So hoping that one will do pretty well. I'm not willing to put in any more than I have. It was just sort of a spur of the moment thing that I thought, well, they're getting all this free promotion. The share price hasn't been tracking too well, so that's over a year you'd be down. I thought, well, that's a bit of a downtrend. But yeah, hopefully that does well. Don't know if that'll still be there in the next update, but we'll see how it turns out. Next up, Coinbase, which is doing better than it was in the last update, but we did actually fly to some pretty decent heights there. We're doing really well. That was one small sell that I just rounded off the number of shares that I had and threw it into something else. Yeah, we're dipping again now because everything is red. Everything is red. I'm holding that. I may even add a wee bit more now that we've dropped back down again. Wouldn't mind having 1,000 USD in that one. Where are we? Now, missing share from here, Dropbox. I fortunately but unfortunately sold out of Dropbox because where are we? I needed cash because I wanted to buy the dips on other positions, but I accidentally timed the market. And I'm almost about ready to buy back into this, to be honest. I was looking at a few other opportunities around about here and had no USD and the exchange rate wasn't looking good, so I actually sold this entire position to put money into other shares that we'll talk about soon, and since then that's fallen off a cliff as well. So honestly, we get down to 23, 22, I wouldn't mind rebuying back in a big way on this one. I was second guessing myself on even selling it in the first place, to be honest. I really love the company and I think they've got a bit more room to run, so they're getting back down to the valuation that I bought into at the first place, so that would be another potential one for me if I still had any kind of a cash position left. Where were we? Corsair. Corsair's one that received a bit of the Dropbox money. I built that position out a bit more, but it's kept dropping and we're at new 52-week lows, so if I can wrangle some more cash, that's one of the ones that we'll definitely be going into, and I have added some over on my Interactive Brokers account as well, which was supposed to just be a dividends only account, but if the market's going to behave like this and I have USD over there, then I guess that's just how it's going to be for a while. Next up, Erode. This is a good example of why you don't buy stocks when they're at all-time highs. But as I said, it was only going to be a small position. I've just added wee nibbles as it dropped down a wee bit. Wouldn't harm to add a wee bit more, and I just did this to support a New Zealand tech company. I could take it to $200 maybe and just see how it runs in the future, but it's not my highest conviction of plays. Hallensteins, doing much better now, and I have added to the position a wee bit as we have been dropping. Just a wee few buys there. Not too aggressive on that one. I do love the company and it pays a fat dividend on that one. Retail is back open in Auckland now. Happy Freedom Day to the North Island. So hopefully things will be going well there. They do online sales and everything as well, so hopefully the lockdowns didn't put too much of a dent in them. Now, Heartland Bank. My percentage is down and the stock has dipped slightly, but that's mostly because I've been adding to this and I wouldn't mind adding some more. Some of the other banks have reported, I believe ANZ has, I was hearing on the radio when I was at work, and the banking sector is doing very well, and also higher interest rates for the banks increases their profit margins essentially. So looking forward to Heartland Bank's earnings, and yeah, really wouldn't mind making this a bigger position, but we'll see how we go. Next up is a new one. We have Hims and Hers, and there's only a tiny little amount of money in that one. I was sort of just tracking it, and it's another one that's just been absolutely devastated recently. This one's similar to Teladoc, if you guys know what that is. Basically, you subscribe to a subscription service, and it's telehealth. They will connect you to a licensed doctor, they can do prescriptions for you and everything like that. Over in the States in particular, if you don't have health insurance, that might be a preferable option for anything that doesn't involve a hospital, just regular prescriptions, that sort of thing. They have their own pharmacy involved, they do their own generic label drugs and things like that. So it was one that I just put a couple of dollars into it while I was doing my due diligence, and then it dropped so much that I have bought a decent sized position over on the Interactive Brokers account. Probably won't add too much on here. I just sort of will keep this little bit so I can track how it's going without logging into a different account to look at the position over there. And also because I like Sharesies interface a lot more than Interactive Brokers, they need to work on their app. Next up is Honest. This was a recipient of some of the Dropbox money. It's also another one that has dipped viciously. So, yeah, wouldn't mind adding more to this one either, to be honest. I could get that one to 900 US on here, if the exchange rate wasn't so crappy. I have added a wee bit over on the Interactive Brokers account as well. May as well move on. Metro Performance Glass, we're down quite a lot. If we go below my cost basis on this one, I may actually look at chucking a bit more money into it. Once again, the lockdowns have affected them, unfortunately. They're not going to recover as quickly as we were hoping, but it's just such a cheap valuation on it, and they are looking at paying a dividend in the future. Definitely not selling unless something goes badly wrong with them. Next up, Oceania. So I'm just looking at my notes because I have sold a few positions in here and I've written them down. Oceania, we are still down a little bit on this one. I have added quite significantly. Wouldn't mind getting this up to $1,000. Probably will if the exchange rates don't improve, because I don't like buying USD at, I believe we're at 67 or 68 cents to the dollar. This gains a lot of value from the housing market. They have all of these villages around the place, and so their valuation goes up as the housing market does. Now, there's been a lot of toing and froing whether you think that the housing market's a bubble and it's going to crash and everything like that. I don't see that. I think we're going to keep going, albeit at a slower rate moving forward. Interest rates going up will cool the market, but I can't see any kind of a significant correction, and I don't know that a lot of this has been baked into the price, so I'm going to keep buying. They also declared good results recently, and declared another dividend, which I wasn't expecting, so that's going to be nice as well. I'll probably reinvest the dividend money back into the stock. Sharesies, if you want to get a dividend repurchase scheme going, I would greatly appreciate that, because I would hook up Oceania and Heartland definitely. I would rather have shares back in the company rather than having to buy it and pay the 0.5% fee every time. Last stock up here is Tattooed Chef, which is also another one that has reached new all-time lows. Good times, good shopping opportunities. So I have bought a wee bit more on this one, and a wee bit on the Interactive Broker account as well. Probably about done buying. I know I said that last time, but here we are. If you're going to keep dropping that much, then I'm going to add more. I've also added the US Large Growth Fund and the ASX 200 on this one. The Aussie market hasn't, and even the New Zealand market actually, have been underperforming the US market. So I do plan on moving some more money over to index funds. Ideally, now that the portfolio is getting bigger, I would like to be around 50% index funds to individual shares. So you're slowly going to see these increasing over time. And that's almost all we have time for. But one little final message. This is a sponsored video. Now, you may be thinking, Tusky, you have 30 subscribers. How on earth Do you have a sponsor? Well, I will tell you, my friends, Whiskey Business is sponsoring this video because this is my company that I have started. Because I don't want to work at the meatworks forever. I've been homebrewing for about 10 years now as a hobby, and I've finally gone into actually supplying the yeast and ingredients and things to make alcohol in your own home. I have a couple of... pull it up. I'm so professional, so well prepared, guys. I have a bunch of these coming, which are little mini still kits. They'll sell for somewhere around $550, good Christmas present idea, and they let you brew whiskey, bourbon, vodka, whatever your particular choice of poison is in your kitchen. And I sell all of the flavourings and everything that you'll need to make it. I don't stock these yet. I have an order coming in hopefully within the next couple of weeks before Christmas. So yeah, it's a bit of a new enterprise for me. We'll hope to break even this year, and yeah, hopefully I'll be able to transition this into my new job in the future. So if you want to help me out, there are a bunch of referral links in the description for Coinbase, Sharesies, Stake. I really need to get on to getting a hatch one because that would be nice. But that really is all we've got time for, guys. So thank you very much for watching. See ya!